Welcome to Five Fires Podcast. Today we're going to have a fun podcast going over Halloween Horror Nights, Not Scary Farm, and just some random stuff too. But the most important part about this night is we're here featuring the one and only Mystery Bae.
I better be one and only.
It is one and only. I hate when she jokes like that. But if you're not already following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at the Cali Bay. Please subscribe, hit the like button, fire it up. I'm the main host, Mondo, and Mystery Bae.
Hey.
Let's do this. Okay, so I've been wanting to do this for a long time. A lot of people are probably wondering, who the hell is Mystery Bae? Mystery Bae is my girlfriend. And if you guys are hearing a lot of chitter chatter in the background, we are at a Cheesecake Factory. Shout out Cheesecake Factory. I just wanted to do this before it gets too late, because we are creeping up on Halloween, even though it sounds weird. And it's come so fast, and I hate it because once Halloween time comes, that's it. There is no more horror. It's all gone.
This is why the parks start Halloween in September, like
yeah,
August.
That's a good thing. I love that it starts so early.
Yeah.
I love that it starts early. But Mystery Bae is my girlfriend. She was actually the person who recorded a lot of times too at Halloween Horror Nights, fan preview night, which some of my content, or most of my content, came out that night, and then I went back again and filmed a lot more. But just introduce yourself.
Okay, well, I'm Mystery Bae. And Mondo calls me Coco, so if you guys hear him call me Coco, that's me. There's no other Cocos. But yeah, we went to Horror Nights.
Yeah.
I've been on this like horror.
Let's talk about Horror Nights first, since that's the first one you went to.
Yeah.
What were your first thoughts about Horror Nights?
My first thoughts.
Yeah.
Well,
like just at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, I loved it. It was great. I had a great time.
Yeah.
I went 2 years ago with my sister, and it was a completely different experience. You know, we purchased our tickets in the middle of the season, and I think we paid like $60, $70 for the tickets. So this year I paid
like 150 or something.
It was like 180.
But then again, we got fan preview night
with Express.
So there's a big difference between just the general admission and what we got.
Oh, completely different. I mean, with Express fan preview night, we got all of the mazes done.
We got all the mazes done, and we waited nothing.
And we did the rides too.
Yeah,
we did one ride.
Because it actually applies to the rides.
Yeah.
We did Jurassic World.
Yeah. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about I forgot about that.
We swam.
Yeah.
We swam with the Mosasaurus.
But just to get reference, Mystery Bae, she wasn't ready for Horror Nights, in my opinion. Some of the things she told me before we went to Horror Nights, she's like, you gotta understand I'm a runner. And I was like, what the heck does that mean? She's like, when I see a monster, I run.
I feel like you're either fight or flight, okay? When you're under pressure, when you're scared, you're either fight or flight, okay? And I was
But the problem was, I was telling Mystery Bae, I was like, you might have to record some of these mazes with me. And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, you're gonna have to record, and you're gonna have to face fear in the eye. You're gonna have to stick that camera at a monster if you see them coming at you.
And they come at you more if you have a camera. They're hungry for fame.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No, they're not hungry for fame.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
That's their job. Their job's to scare you.
I know, but I loved it. I think Horror Nights was so fun.
What was your favorite, top mazes?
Number one was Creepshow.
Yeah, Creepshow.
Sure.
Everybody says Creepshow. Don't get me wrong. I love Creepshow.
I think it's because I had really low expectations for Creepshow when we found out about it at Midsummer Night.
And
Scream.
I like the comic vibe they give to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I liked it.
And what else?
Just crazy. The other maze that I liked, honestly, I feel like Ghostbusters had an incredible set.
Okay.
I think a lot of time, money, and effort went into designing that set. And then, what's the other one? Creepshow. I don't know.
There was Stranger Things, Frankenstein.
I can't speak on Stranger
Killer
Things.
Clowns.
Honestly, now that we've gone to Scary Farm.
Killer Clowns. You also did Us, Pandora's Box.
Pandora's Box is pretty cool.
Yeah?
I think that was really interesting.
That one caught your eye?
Yeah.
What was the scariest maze for you?
Creep Show. I just said Creep Show.
Okay. What was the maze you didn't like?
The maze I didn't like.
Or liked the least?
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things?
Stranger Things. I don't know why people wait.
Didn't you watch the show too?
I did.
And you didn't like it?
I love the show.
I'll go on the record still again. I don't care for Stranger Things.
I love the show. Those little boys are so adorable.
There was
and
not
the show's
enough.
scary too.
There was not enough theming.
It's just a lot of, yeah, I would say that. There's a lot of like where you're just walking and there's no scares. There's no scares, there's no scary.
It would have been a perfect maze if it had the more scare actor
What was
feel.
odd is like they would have these weird arm dangly things, so it's not an actual scare actor in your face. It's like them dangling stuff in your face.
It was supposed to be the mind flare is what people tell me.
No.
Okay, for Not Scary Farm, you did all the mazes.
Yeah.
Except Special Ops. But you ended up doing Special Ops on a second visit.
Yeah.
So now you got them all under your belt. What was your top highlights of Scary Farm?
Oh my gosh. That Scary Farm is like the best ever for me. I didn't go to Scary Farm. This was my first time at Scary Farm in my life. And I had the best time because the scares, they were really terrifying. There's so many scare actors throughout the mazes. There's so many scare actors in the street.
Yeah.
The pig face twins are my favorite.
I know.
They're so cool.
I don't know. I kept hearing they call them the sisters, but they were called the Sinastra, or I don't even know.
They're so fun.
Yeah, the pig face twins. If you guys are hearing this, your guys' energy and charisma is incredible. Incredible. Okay, another thing too I forgot to mention before we go deeper into Scary Farm. What'd you think of opening ceremony? Because you've never been part of that at Scaramony and Horror Nights.
Yeah, I've never seen that. Man, it was like you're living in a movie because they're just charging at you. They're literally running at you and you're just trying to run and the energy is so intense and so insane. It's like you're in a rave or something. It's like so, it's
What'd you
fun.
think of the four-legged stilt walker?
It was really insane. Like there were stilt walkers in the past and they didn't compare it to the ones they had this year. They were like terrifying. I mean, one had like a mouth that was the size of my head.
Yeah. A lot of people said it's the little girl from The Ring.
Oh.
Grown up. Hello? Yeah, thank you. All right.
Wow.
I just got a whole rack of breakfast tacos for dinner.
Who would have thought like breakfast tacos? They're like straight eggs.
Okay, so let's talk about your highlights for Scary Farm.
Oh, I love
What'd you love the most about it?
It's so dark. You don't know where you're going. You don't know where you're at. Even though I've gone to Knott's Berry Farm all the time on a monthly, weekly basis, I get so lost in the fog. Like there's so much fog. The fog machines would scare me. I'm always like hitting you. I'm always like scared.
You kept grabbing me.
I know. I'm sorry.
You kept grabbing me throughout the maze, one of them.
I'm sorry. I told
Stop
you.
it.
I can't help it. Like that's how I am. Some people like do some weird stuff in mazes. I hit you.
What was your favorite, like your top mazes from Scary Farm?
Special Ops is like so cool. Man, I would pay to go to that maze. That was so fun. And man,
Why was it so fun?
Because you're like, not only do you have to walk through a maze, you have to like walk and kind of defend yourself and hit your targets and stay with your group. Like you're just doing so much. Thank you. And what else?
What's number 2 for you?
Number 2?
Or just your other top maze from Scary Farm?
Waxworks.
Waxworks?
Waxworks.
Why was Waxworks so good?
Because the ending, the last 10 seconds when you're trying to get out of there and you just hear boom, boom, and you're just waiting for someone to come at you.
Yeah.
And then I went on opening night for Scary Farm when we went.
Oh yeah, you saw opening ceremony too.
No, not I got there late.
Yeah, you came a little later.
And so, when I did Origins, the first night, it wasn't too scary. It was like an empty maze. Everybody was kind of done for the night. And I don't think there were many scare actors there. It was still a good maze.
That's something that happens at Knott's, though, is where a lot of actors go on break. So maybe for about 15 to 20 minutes, the scares are just not there.
Yeah.
And it's not that Knott's is not trying to provide a good product or anything like that. It's just they're on break. It happens. It's kind of hard to just be like, oh, we're going to shut down a whole maze. Like, that's not going to happen. But Origins, the theming that went into that, incredible.
That maze was so fun. That one got me the second time we went.
Yeah, you got scared the second time.
They were high energy that
the
night.
day we went with JP.
The catawampus, you're like, is that real?
So,
and I was like, oh, it's probably fake, and I kept going.
Mystery Bae went to Origins, or we went back to Scary Farm about a month later after opening day.
Yeah.
The actors, they're just bringing it now that we're in October.
I know.
They're bringing it. And going into it that second time around when we went, Origins was scary. JP was like, he was like, couldn't even breathe.
He was saying he was shaking.
Yeah, he was shaking. Oh, man. So those are your top mazes for
those are my top
Scary
two
Farm?
for sure. Waxworks, Origins.
Do you feel like you were more prepared after Horror Nights? Or were you even scared?
No.
You were not scared?
I felt like Horror Nights kind of got me used to being scared. And then I went to Scary Farm, and it showed me that Horror Nights did not prepare me for being scared, because there was a point, remember, at the first night I ran into a stroller and it scared me so bad. I walked into a stroller and I screamed and I freaked out so loud.
The best scare of the night was the stroller. You should have seen Mystery Bae's face. Like, this girl has looked at like 20 monsters in the face throughout the night. Her bumping into a stroller in the fog is what scared her the most. A stroller.
That's how PTSD I was that night. I was so scared. Every little corner, like, there's no place to hide in Scary Farm. There's no place to hide. You know.
That's one thing about Scary Farm. There is no safe zone.
No.
Because when you're in Halloween Horror Nights, there is safe areas. Like Simpsons, 0 scare actors. There's not even Halloween decorations, so you can just chill in there if you need a break. But at Scary Farm, there's monsters everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Camp Snoopy is the worst area to be in. And you think it wouldn't be.
So I was on high alert. I was so scared just walking places. But
so what are the biggest similarities you saw from Horror Nights and Halloween or Scary Farm?
I don't know. Similarities?
No. Like, or not similarities. Differences.
Oh, differences.
What are some of the differences? Sorry about that.
Oh, well, for sure. You can tell that more effort went into the like theming, as far as to say
the sets?
actual the sets. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word sets. Like, the sets were crazy. But
where?
At Horror Nights.
Oh, at Horror Nights.
At Horror Nights.
Wow. A lot of people say Scary Farm.
Well, Scary Farm
is very
your
opinion. This is your opinion.
Scary Farm is like very detailed, like small details. You're in a small, confined maze, very, very small. Whereas in Horror Nights, you have big, huge mazes that take over such big lots.
Yeah. Thank you.
At Horror Nights, those mazes take over such huge lots, and those mazes are just like so detailed because there's such big areas. You actually feel like you're in the movies. You feel like you're in Ghostbusters. You feel like you're in Frankenstein. But
so that like movie takeover feel, that's what won you over?
Yeah. Well, I think it's just like they went crazy with the sets.
Yeah.
But I think that
I feel like Not Scary Farm did too.
I'm not saying they didn't.
It's okay. It's okay. This is your opinion.
That's just my opinion. You asked for my opinion. So that's how I felt.
Would you recommend getting Fast Lane or Fast Track, whatever it's called, at Horror Nights? Like, would you pay the extra money?
If the thing is like Am I gonna also get a season pass?
No, you're just going one night.
One night.
You're going one night.
If I only had to go for one night, I would invest in Express.
Thank you. What about at Scary Farm? Is Express needed?
Well, the ticket is so cheap, so if you got a season pass there, then that's easy. I wouldn't get a season pass at Knott's Berry Farm. I mean, I would get a season pass at Knott's Scary Farm.
Yeah, because the season pass, they already sold out, by the way. But before they were sold out, they were only $100.
Well, I saw they were like
every single day.
$125 with Fastlane.
Yeah, you go every single day for all the Scary Farms for $100. Like, that's like the best deal ever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's so worth it, by the way.
I kind of regret not doing that.
Yeah, and
he told me to get it.
I didn't appreciate the annual pass for Scary Farm until Mystery Bae had to go back a second time around, and that ticket cost $50.
I know.
Dude, that's not even.
Damn. Yeah. That's with the pass holder discount.
I know. So buy the annual pass for Scary Farm next year. I know this is some news that we're giving this year, but just take it into consideration next year.
If you want to go twice, you get it, because
But if you're going one night, you're going one night this year, you buy that Express pass.
And you're going to want to go a second night. Like, come on, that's so fun.
Yeah, you buy that Express though.
First of all, you can bring your own food into Knott's Scary Farm. You can bring your own water. You can bring everything you need. Whereas Horror Nights, you can't bring anything. You have to, if you're going to stay there, because they won't let you leave and re-enter.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can go out, get in and out, come back, and enjoy your night.
That's it. Once you walk out, that's it.
Yeah. And they don't let you bring anything. I had to throw away like my sandwich and things like that. So, you know, and then eat their food, which there isn't any food option.
That is the difference between Horror Nights and Scary Farm.
That's a huge thing.
Horror Nights, nothing comes in.
Exactly.
Water, food, nothing.
You can't bring
At least
water.
Scary Farm, you could bring.
You can bring anything.
Yeah, well, not anything. You can bring your food and water.
Your food, yeah.
For Horror Nights, though, a big suggestion I recommend: you could bring a hydro flask that's completely empty, and you can fill up with water, so you don't have to keep spending money and money and money, because it's just no point in spending $20 in soda. Just get water.
It sucked because I was so hungry by the end of the night.
Yeah,
and
you were hungry.
I was so hungry. And my only option was a donut. And I got that burger.
You literally ate a donut for dinner.
I know, that was so good.
You didn't even like it.
Are you kidding?
Which one was it?
Giant donut.
What was it?
It was chocolate.
No, but from where?
From the Simpsons land, the big giant Simpsons donut.
Yeah.
Noah had like 2 bites, and I said, "You guys go have fun. I'll be here with my donut."
What was your least favorite maze at Scary Farm?
At Scary Farm, Pumpkin Eater.
I know, Pumpkin Eater has just been a disaster.
It hasn't been better since.
And the reason I say it's been a disaster, I don't feel like Knott's Scary Farm staffed that enough. There's not enough scare actors. The sets are good.
The sets are really good.
Everything about the maze is good. It's just the scares.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have the scares.
It's a Horror Nights maze. It's like a big set, not a lot of scare actors.
No, Horror Nights has a lot of scare actors.
I just felt like Ghostbusters was a lot of animatronics and not a lot of scare actors.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go into some random stuff now.
Oh man.
We're gonna go into some questions that people asked on my Instagram at the Cali Bay. They said, Mystery Bae's thoughts on all that you do on Instagram and YouTube.
Oh my gosh, I've been asked that. Mondo asks me this like all the time. Thoughts on
my Instagram and YouTube.
Well, when we first started dating, I kept asking myself, like, can I handle this Instagram? Because it's not just casual Instagramming, it's all the time. Reading people's stuff, posting pictures, taking pictures. I'm the theme park boyfriend. I take the photos. I do the lives.
You're the Disneyland boyfriend?
I'm the Disney boyfriend.
That's funny.
And I love it. I think it's really nice. At first, I was like, I don't know if I could handle it, but I think I can.
I know, because to get background, like, you never cared about theme parks at all, like the way you do now.
I guess, yeah.
Because
now I'm all up in the news.
You never knew all this craziness of theme parks.
No, I didn't.
Until we started dating.
I thought Disneyland was the same. Every year Disney is just the same.
Yeah.
But now it's like I'm hearing so much news, so many updates. All of a sudden I can't bring an open stroller onto not that I use strollers, but that's the big heavy hitter news this week is that you can't bring an open stroller onto a tram. So
what are your thoughts on me or on everything that I do on Instagram and YouTube? What are your thoughts?
I love it. I think I see how much joy it brings you. We were talking about that today, I think, or yesterday.
Yeah.
And I can see that you do this not for attention or for like greedy reasons. You do it just because it brings you happy. You laugh at what your followers say. You're always like, oh, look, someone said this. Like, it just makes you happy. I feel like you have 22,000 friends that you all have the same opinions and have similar likes and dislikes. I think it's really cool.
And I feel like the YouTube community I'm building on Five Fires is amazing. A lot of the people care about the same things I care about, which is theme parks. That's it. Theme parks. Mm-hmm. Knott's, Disneyland, Universal Studios. And occasionally we do something different, but that's the core of everything.
I remember when you started posting about Knott's and people were like, why are you going to Knott's?
I know, they're like,
Disneyland?
You're a traitor.
I know. I remember people being like, wow, it's just a theme park. And now so many people love Knott's. Like, you cannot find Knott's Berry Farm rides anywhere.
I feel so blessed to be now in the beat of Knott's Berry Farm. I love Knott's Berry Farm with all my heart. I've had so much joy and fun. The rides are crazy. The food's amazing. The staff, honestly, I love the staff of Knott's Berry Farm. They're so kind and helpful, and I truly feel like they enjoy what they do out there at Knott's Berry Farm. I'm not saying that I've had bad interactions or anything anywhere else. It's just more of I feel it big time at Knott's Berry Farm. It's
definitely, they have the best food of all the theme parks, in my opinion.
I know, I agree. Knott's has
that barbecue
the best
chicken.
Food. Like Disneyland and Universal Studios have nothing on Knott's.
Oh yeah.
Fireman's Brigade, Panda Express, Boardwalk Barbecue, that Pony Express. I don't even know what it's called.
I know.
They got that chicken sandwich. Oh, I love that chicken sandwich.
The brisket sandwich is so good.
Oh,
even my friends that follow you, they're like, oh, I invested in a Knott's Pass and I'm so glad because I just go there to eat now. Like, we just go there to have lunch and dinner and then roll out. Or their rides. Like, people love the rides.
And our buddy B goes keto.
Oh my gosh.
She loves Knott's
Knott's.
I don't know if she's ever had a Knott's Pass before us.
I don't think so. Yeah. I think she's always had a Disney Pass. And I remember her telling me, like, oh, I got a Knott's Pass because of your boyfriend.
What is your favorite snack? And what theme park is it at?
My favorite snack? I don't know.
That's kind of a tough one because
we don't really eat at the theme park.
I know, we don't. Mystery Bae is also in... she's also in keto like 80% of the time.
80%? 80%.
Someone also asked, or answer the question if you haven't answered.
I don't know if I have a favorite snack. There's not anything that I always need to have or I want to have. I can't think of anything.
I don't believe that.
I love cupcakes.
Like, say you're on a cheat day. You're willing to cheat.
Man, I don't know. I think the cupcakes and ice cream. I love cupcakes and muffins.
From where?
From Whitewater Snacks. Oh yeah, remember I got that brownie that was covered in M&Ms? That brought me so much joy.
From Whitewater?
Yeah.
And yes,
Whitewater
we know
has the best.
It's called Fireman's Grill.
No, it's not Fireman's Grill.
No?
Gosh, Craftsman's Grill.
It's always going to be Whitewater to me. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
The Whitewater Snacks is still, the sign's still up there. Even they think it's Whitewater Snacks. Is the Indominus Rex back?
I don't know.
You don't know? You should know these things.
I should. Why don't you tell me? You don't keep me informed.
What's your favorite hamburger?
I love anything with spicy in it. So there's like I went to Blacktop a few weekends ago with my cousin, and I loved the burger. They have like burger salads.
Yeah.
And that's so good.
That's your favorite?
I love Blacktop's burgers. That meat is so thick and so juicy. That's just my opinion. People might not like it.
How long have you been together with Callie Bae?
I think our first date was like October 22nd, 21st. We saw Halloween. I think that was the opening week. I think that was opening night of Halloween, the movie.
So what's the answer?
October 21st.
It could be
almost
October
a year.
2005. I don't know.
We've been together for almost a year.
Yeah, we've been together about a year now.
Yeah.
Our first date, we saw Halloween, Michael Myers. A lot of questions I get about you. Do you even go to theme parks?
I know. He's always talking me into going more than I do. He wants me to get a Universal Pass. He's been telling me to get a Universal Pass.
You have not answered the question.
I know, not really.
No, you don't go to theme parks?
I go like twice a month. Is that considered like going to theme parks?
That's a lot. 24 times a year?
Wow, that was really fast.
Look at that. Quick math right there.
I was not expecting
2 + 2, 4.
Yeah, I guess I do go to the theme parks a lot. I love it. It's nice. I love to go on Friday nights after work. We used to watch the fireworks, look at the castle. Those were like the majority of our date nights, especially on the holidays when it's covered in lights. It's so romantic.
It's nice to have a girlfriend that likes going to theme parks, because theme parks have so much to offer. Like, our dating life is so much more funner. We always have something to do, no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. Go on rides. It's never boring.
The only pass you do not have is Universal Studios Hollywood.
You got me my Knott's pass. That was that my Christmas present, or?
Nah, I just got it. It was just a gift.
I was like, oh my God, you're the first boyfriend to get me a pass.
What was the least favorite thing at any of the Halloween events that you went so far?
My least favorite thing of all of the Halloween events.
So Scary Farm and Horror Nights.
Least favorite thing, the thing that grinds my gears. I guess the thing that irks me is that we can't bring food into Horror Nights. That really irks me because I get hungry. I want to eat my almonds.
Yeah.
I want to eat my nuts, and I can't.
That's a big negative for me too, because I have to keep my girlfriend fed every 3 hours, or else she turns angry, very hangry. And I don't want that. I don't want that.
Yeah, it's true. Keep my girlfriend fed.
What is the hardest part about dating me?
I guess sometimes we argue about the phone.
We never argue about the phone.
Just one time, I guess.
Because, okay, this is just complete honesty and openness.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone a lot. Probably 20 hours out of my day. Obviously, it's not that much, but I just want to exaggerate it. Mm-hmm. I think one of the things when you're in a relationship is respect, and I've always been super respectful with Mystery Bae. I always make time for her. I always make her feel special. I always try to go out of my way to show her I care about her. Mm-hmm. One of the things that, when we started dating, I told her straight up, I said, I'm going to be on my phone a lot. I'm going to hang out with people at Disneyland. Sometimes they're girls or just women. And I am going to be just overthrown in the social media world, because especially now that I went into the YouTube world.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you've never been shady, or never gotten a bad vibe from you about being on your phone. You've always been like, oh, look at this. You've always let me look. You give me the passcode to your phone. You've never let me. I mean, I don't read your DMs. I'm not crazy like that, but You're always open with me. You always tell me everything. Any question I always have, you always answer it. There was just one time where we went to dinner and he made a really personal post and got a lot of messages. And I was like, okay, you can answer your DMs in an hour. Let's give it a break. Nothing's on fire. We can answer DMs later.
I feel like this is the part nobody ever hears about.
No. Well, you asked the question.
No, we're asking it now. That's the whole point of this podcast.
That was the thing. Is like we can answer DMs in an hour. Let's go on timeout.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. You've made life so much more beautiful and easy and fun. This has been such a nice adventure with you.
Yeah, because like some of the things that I do, I don't know about other Instagrammers or whatever. I try to be very personable, and I try to connect with as many people as I can. I get flooded with messages every day. I remember one time, I told Coco, I said, I get like 200 messages a day, and she's like, I don't believe it. And then like after dating me, it's like I get like 300 messages a day.
Wow.
It's just crazy. And it's not that I hate it. I love it.
Yeah.
And every time people ask me questions or like bounce something off me, like, hey, I'm going to be at Horror Nights. Do you recommend this? Do you recommend that? What's the best tips? I always try to answer everybody. By the end of the night, my goal is to just have no unread messages. And I do my best to answer everybody's question. Because like, it's not that I don't want to leave anybody behind or anything, but like, I know the feeling where you message somebody and they just leave you unread. And I try my best to avoid that. Unless you ask like some stupid or hater question or something.
No, you
obviously
really
I don't understand.
I don't answer that. You've told me things that your followers say, and you honestly have such sweet, nice followers.
Yeah, Team Cali Bae is like such a blessing. And I never talk about it. I never talk about the DMs.
Whenever he tells me like the things that they say about me, I'm like, oh my god, I want to meet them.
I try not to tell them too much, or tell Mystery Bae not too much. I don't want her head to get big.
Oh my god.
Bigger than it already is.
No.
Somebody said, what would you think if there was a Jurassic Park maze? That'd be terrifying. Raptors coming at you? Like, that's the things that scare you?
No.
Hell yeah, I'd be terrified. What kind of maze would you like to see?
Oh, man. I would like to see...
I could take a guess at what you would like to see.
You know, it sounds cheesy and corny, but like a Scream maze, where it's just a bunch of people with like that mask, with like the big mask.
Could that be scary enough?
I don't know, actually. I think that'd be really fun, though.
It'd be fun. It'd be like a fun maze.
It'd be like so fun. I don't know. That's what I want to do for Halloween. I just want to be that guy wearing that stupid mask.
I know this is one of your favorite movies. If we could get from what's above, what's below.
Oh, so above. Oh, now you got me saying it wrong. As above, so below.
As above, so below maze.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Jacked
like,
up.
And in the catacombs.
It'd be jacked up
that'd
maze.
That'd be a cool set.
It's actually it would be a terrifying maze.
Yeah.
Because that
movie really got you.
That maze, yeah, because it was almost a maze.
Yeah.
That never ends. That kills you.
Well, they survived.
In jacked up ways. That movie scared the hell out of me.
Because
I just feel like if we got that maze, it would just be extremely terrifying. Like for me personally, I don't know. I don't even know if people have ever seen that movie, because that movie's based in Paris.
Yeah.
I don't know if that movie was popular in the United States.
I love how much you love that movie. I loved it. I thought it was
What was that other scary movie you said you loved?
I can't remember.
It was like...
There was a movie I watched called Motel Hell. Yeah, that one was pretty cool. But they had a garden in this hotel. And in the secret garden, they had people buried with their heads sticking out. so that they could breathe, and they were constantly like getting their blood out to make beef jerky.
To make beef jerky?
Yeah, they were using human. It was just really crazy.
We are eating dinner right now.
It's because those heads in the garden would make weird noises like. It was crazy.
I got a question. Cool. I'll answer this one. I want to become a member for Universal Studios, but I'm not sure which one to get. The only pass I even want to recommend is Platinum, which is the highest. And the reason you get the Platinum comes with parking, no blackout dates. You actually get one free Horror Nights ticket. I should use that ticket for you now that I think about it. You gotta go back to Horror Nights.
I mean, a good boyfriend would, but what do I know?
But having Express also, every time you go to Universal Studios, that goes a long way. If it's packed or not packed, it's irrelevant. You get to go on every ride front of the line. Like, it's just an incredible experience. It just makes your Universal Studios experience that much more amazing. Yeah. Every trip. I love Universal Studios Hollywood. Mm-hmm. Love it. Okay, so to ask a couple questions. Now that you've been at Horror Nights and Not Scary Farm, do you feel like you're a tougher woman?
No.
You're still a scaredy cat?
At Scary Farm, I still get scared. Like, just the noises get to me. Like, when the fog machines turn on and they're like, shh, that gets me. I'm like, ah! But, no.
Yeah?
You're not tougher after Scary Night.
What about Disneyland? Do you like the layover that we got? Because now you've experienced Halloween time at Disneyland. What do you think?
I just think I don't know. I think it's nice. I love Disneyland at Halloween time because everything's orange, it's fall, and even like that tree with the pretty lights on it.
Yeah, I'll take a box. Thank you.
What else? I don't know. Honestly, nothing compares to Scary Farm.
So Scary Farm's one that took it.
Their decorations and at night they're insane. And I think this.
Oh, you did Christmas. Not Scary Farm last year.
I did.
You didn't do
Halloween. They didn't do much for Christmas.
You didn't do Halloween.
No. I don't think Knott's did a lot for Christmas time though.
Did you do Spooky Farm with me? No, it was just Megan.
Didn't. Yeah.
Thank you. For Spooky Farm, you did see it though.
I want to go.
I don't know if you saw the YouTube video or not, or the Instagram.
I did.
But Spooky Farm has a lot to offer.
I know.
Like kid-wise.
I want to go.
Yeah, they got the shows.
The trick-or-treating, free candy. I want to touch the rat.
Yeah,
I want to touch the rat.
The pets you could meet. Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Spooky Farm's cool. Spooky Farm is like an event just for the kids, and it just comes with your normal ticket at Knott's Berry Farm. Yeah. It's super cool. It's only done on the weekends, Saturday, Sunday, and Halloween Day.
I mean, free candy comes with your ticket. Come on.
I wish Disneyland would do something because their only event Halloween-wise is Oogie Boogie's Bash this year.
And that's
and it's expensive.
So expensive.
Yeah, like if you go with just your kid, you're dropping $200.
Yeah.
Easy $200.
I think we paid like $100 a ticket.
You went to Oogie Boogie Bash. Now that I think about it, what'd you think about it?
I thought it was really fun.
Give us your whole experience and your rating.
The difference between me and you is that you loved Villainous Grove, and I was like, it's just a walk with lights and projections. Yeah, it's really pretty, but I don't think it's that interesting. I didn't find it interesting. I don't know what I found interesting there. Oh, the parade was really nice, and I liked World of Color.
You liked the World of Color?
I did. I know you didn't like it, but I loved it.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it.
I loved it.
The music made no sense.
I liked Hades.
Yeah,
I loved Hades.
all that stuff. It's just the music was like, what the heck's going on?
Yeah, the weird music. Nah.
The story was cool too, but they lost me.
Yeah.
They lost me.
And the meet and greets they're not really meet and greets. Like, I wish they were separate treat trails, separate from the meet and greets, so that you can actually meet and take pictures with, like, the Queen and Maleficent. But they were still funny. They said pretty jokes. Pretty funny jokes.
What'd you think of the trick-or-treat trails?
There's a lot of candy. Oh, my gosh. Not a lot of people are getting the fruit though.
So now that you've done all the events there is to do at Scary Farm, Horror Nights, Disneyland, what was your favorite Halloween event?
Scary Farm.
Scary Farm.
How do you not know?
I'm just asking.
You don't even know me.
I am asking.
How long does it take for you to get to know me? You should.
So Scary Farm.
Scary Farm.
Wow.
I want to go back. Like that's the one that I bought I bought a $50 ticket to go back again
It's
for
so
a
much
few hours.
fun.
So fun.
Yeah, Scary Farm, and Scary Farm has a lot to offer because they have the hanging. They have
Oh my gosh, that was
Puppet Up.
funny. Pup It Up.
The magic show was terrible. I'm just gonna be honest. There's no sugarcoating
The
that
DJ,
one.
like
DJ is good.
the DJ during summer nights. The DJs during summer
love
nights
the
are
DJ.
so fun, and I wish I got to experience that at Scary Farm.
So what are your closing thoughts now on just Halloween season at the theme parks?
I'm so glad I got to experience this with you. Got to do it together and do everything I didn't even imagine doing. And I never thought I would go to Scary Farm. I thought it was just Horror Nights.
Yeah.
Who knew that Scary Farm would win me over more than Horror Nights? But that for sure, I'm buying that season pass early with Fast Lane, all that. I want to even do that where we stay at the hotel.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
I know that's the thing I didn't get a chance to talk about too much on YouTube and Instagram is Knott's Berry Farm or not Scary Farm. They do some deals with the hotel and they have like these weird names like for them. Not weird names, but like scary, spooky names. But the last question I got for you, how does it feel to be a Disneyland boyfriend? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, on Instagram, I don't want to say I make fun of Disneyland boyfriends, but it's just so funny because I remember the evolution of the boyfriend that dated a girl that loved going to Disneyland. Because back then, the boyfriend didn't want to go to Disneyland. We ain't trying to go to Disneyland. It's a girl thing. And then slowly but surely, the boyfriend was like, you know what, let's go to Disneyland one time.
Yeah.
And then people go back to Disneyland now in 2019, 2018, and we're like, damn, man, Disneyland's fun. Damn, man, they serve beer here? Damn, they got alcohol? Damn, these rides are fun. Damn, these fireworks are tight. And then soon enough, the boyfriend ends up with the annual pass, and that's when the girlfriend got him. Hey, baby, can you come take this picture for me? Got you.
I do
Hey,
that.
baby, I want the photo to be a little this way. It's not portrait mode. Can you please put it in portrait mode? And that's when the girlfriend has the Disneyland boyfriend.
And that is me, okay?
Because I see so
That is
many.
me. I hold the backpacks, I hold the cameras, I hold the GoPro.
Yeah, I see so many boyfriends like they got that Loungefly backpack on and holding like her like other outfits that she's gonna take a picture at.
The
and
shoes.
Shoes. I see it all. But you know what? Props to those guys for being a good boyfriend and going out of their way to make their girlfriend happy. But I've just seen the evolution of that because I feel like guys are becoming more. I don't want to say guys, just boyfriends.
Yeah.
Are becoming more more accepted into the idea of like, oh, Disneyland is fun because it is.
Yeah.
I love Disneyland. I've been going to Disneyland for 3 years now.
You know
Like,
what's
on a constant
interesting?
basis.
What's interesting is when we first started dating, you would randomly tell me like, "Oh, stand right there. I want to get a picture of you in the castle," and I'd be like, "No, why?" And
Yeah,
you're like,
'cause-
"Stand right there. Stand right there."
Mystery Bae hates pictures.
I hate being in photos. I hate taking photos. And then, so he finally got that I don't want to be in any photos. I'm not a Disney bounder. I don't dress up in themes. I don't buy the Mickey shoes. I don't wear the Mickey.
We should tell him the story. I just feel like I just want to bring this up because it's so relatable.
Oh my gosh, what are you going to say?
It's so relatable to
You
a
better
lot of
edit
people.
this.
No. I want to talk about it. Mickey's pop-up.
Oh my God.
Mickey's pop-up event. I want to talk about it.
Okay, first of all,
This is the epiphany of I hate taking
let
photos.
me give people some perspective. First of all,
Tell me.
that was a work night, and I had to work the next day, and I just got off of work. I drove my little booty all the way to Anaheim.
Okay.
From LA to Anaheim. Okay. And I told myself I'm gonna fast all day because there's gonna be some really good Mickey treats at the pop-up event.
Mickey's pop-up event made it seem like there was gonna be some special treats. You're gonna try out like cake pops and who knows what else. It made it seem like there was gonna be food.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like,
not just cookies, but like food.
Yeah, and I was like, I love sweets. I want to get all the cake pops. I want to get this and that. And I told myself I'm not gonna eat at work. I'm just gonna have fun and enjoy myself at the pop-up. And so we get there and it's cold and I wore something nice even though I don't want to be in photos. I tried to look cute. And then we get there and find out like there's no food in the pop-up event. I couldn't even once you're there and you give them your ticket, you have to wait to be called into the pop-up
that took us 20 minutes.
That took us forever. I could have gone and gotten coffee and come back. But anyway, so I was grumpy because I was hungry and there was no food and I had to wait hours before we could leave. And I'll let him explain.
So, let me give you my interpretation of the story. I was hyped. I brought my camera. I got a new lens. I want to take some cool photos. This whole event is about photos. Obviously for Instagram and just photos in general, like memories, And I walk up and I get the most mean mug face from my girlfriend. She just was not about this event. Thank you. She was not about this event. And it was like, Coco, I need you to step it up. You gotta be the Disneyland boyfriend. Yeah, 30 and the rest of the card. Thank you. I was like, you need to be the Disneyland boyfriend you were meant to be.
Oh my gosh. I just wanted to get out of there. I was like, can we leave so we can go get some Denny's, whatever's open right now? I'm so hungry.
And the problem with that Mickey pop-up event is it's 10 different sections of photos.
Once you're in a bad mood, everything irks you. And I was just so irked by I was like, why are these people still taking pictures in this spot? Why are people still doing this? I hate this Tokyo song in this room. I want to get out of here right now.
That Tokyo song was awesome.
I know, I loved it now. But in that moment, I was like, all I heard was a Tokyo song. And I was so annoyed.
Yeah, it was so hard to get her to smile that day.
To this day, you guys, he still throws it in my face. He's like, we're talking through DMs, and he's like, look at this beautiful woman I love. And he sends me the photo of me with my...
she had the most angry, her face literally was get me the hell out of here. But I will say, I'm very positive, and I could overcome these type of situations.
Oh my God.
I still had a blast. Even though Coco had a terrible time, I had a great time.
I had the worst time. I promised him I would not go to any more pop-ups.
Yeah, that was the last time. I was like,
I do want to go to Scary Movie
If
pop-up.
I'm doing something that involves photos, you're not coming.
No.
You're cut.
No.
I'm gonna bring Tim. Tim likes taking photos. Tim captures my good side anyways.
Oh my gosh. I have no rebuttal to that.
I love Tim.
I have no rebuttal.
That's another thing too. I've never talked about this, but Mystery Bae sucks at photos. So
I'm terrible.
Yeah.
He's like, why didn't you get my face? Why didn't you focus on my face?
All right, so we're coming to an end on our Five Fires podcast featuring Mystery Bae. Did you have fun doing this, or you hated it?
I liked it. It was fun. I'm sorry if it's kind of out of my element to...
Nah, it's not out of your element. You love this stuff. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Stop.
Get out of here.
Stop.
Do you have any final thoughts?
I don't know.
Just on Horror Nights, Scary Farm, Disneyland.
It's been fun. I can't wait for next year. Next year, I know to buy the passes. I'm going to buy my Scary Farm pass for sure.
You should get the Frequent Fear, too.
Yeah. No.
Horror Nights is... You don't like Horror Nights that much? I love Horror Nights. I can't wait to go back. I just wish I lived closer to it.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys for listening to Five Fires Podcast. I want to give a big thank you to Mystery Bae for being a guest on Five Fires Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at the Cali Bae. Please subscribe. Hit the like button. We are firing it down. The Cali Bae and Mystery Bae are calling it a day. I'm the main host, Mondo.
Ow.
Ah.